I mean, what did Netanyahu expect? Other nations also have the right to self-defense, and they're going to use that right to self-defense to defend themselves against an attacking nation, the Israeli government. It is funny how Netanyahu and his right-wing cronies only believe that they themselves have the ultimate right to self-defense and nobody else. Also, nations have the right to come to the defense of the Palestinians defending themselves against an occupying government, the Israeli government, which is occupying Palestine. Uh, Anybody who decides to fight against that is rightly using their right to self-defense.
Mounting fears that Israel's long-running hostilities between Iran and its allies could intensify into a wider war after the assassinations of senior Hamas and Hezbollah leaders. CBS's Deborah Patta reports from Jerusalem that the United States is also responding.
There are high levels of anxiety here in Israel. Nobody really knows how or when Iran will strike back.
With the funeral rituals for Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh now over, the explosive fallout of his assassination in Tehran has left a region on edge. Security experts here fear an Iranian attack could include its proxies and be far harsher than the strike in April, when the US and its allies helped down nearly all of the more than 300 missiles and drones fired at Israel.
Imagine if, Iran and Lebanon and other nations decided to send troops into Israel. The IDF wouldn't be able to defend that.
Iran could also potentially attack Israeli assets abroad. While all sides insist they don't want this shadow conflict to escalate into open war, the potential for a fatal error is high.
I think both sides, on the one hand, do not want things to get out of control. On the other hand, both sides do not want to be the one that takes the step back.
The problem is that each side pushes on the assumption that the other doesn't want an all-out war.
Right.
But
yes, it could happen. Again, if something gets...
Netanyahu pretends he doesn't want an all-out war, while at the same time continually attacking other nations, genocide, and so on. So yeah, Netanyahu wants an all-out war. When you start genociding people, that means you want a war with the world, unless you can convince the world that your genocide is a-okay, which Netanyahu and the Israeli government has done for a while, but not anymore.
It's out of control, like in Iranian, like a Hezbollah attack in Tel Aviv, causes tens of dead.
As the world's attention is focused on Iran's next move, Palestinians in Gaza believe Haniyeh's assassination will only lead to more deaths and more injuries. At this hospital, little Mohammed Al-Gandour is trying to be brave. His sister Maisa is too weak to talk, and little Yara is in so much pain. I thought we were going to die, Yara says. And my mum said, then I will die with you. The siblings were all...
A Zionist will see this injured child and make the excuse that the Israeli government is justified and causing injuries to this child by saying the parents shouldn't have voted for Hamas. Like the insanity that Zionists will go to justify Israeli war crimes is truly insane, and it's no different than what Nazis will use to justify the war crimes by Nazi Germany.
All badly injured when a tank fired into the building they were sheltering in. Their father tries to comfort and soothe them, wishing he could take their pain and nightmares away.
The US has ordered additional combat aircraft and warships to the Middle East, Adriana, as hostilities between Iran and Israel